I don't know if you guys like follow my Twitch, twitch.tv/Mikey.
Look at this. Look at this.
Halo Infinite. Halo Infinite's Juneteenth Cosmetic, briefly named after ape, sparks outcry.
Wow.
So pretty much, I don't know if anybody's like a gamer in the audience or what have you, but pretty much how all this stuff works is, it's not so much that you buy the game, you buy the disc or cartridge or whatever, and then you get to just play it. Everything's on seasons, where this season this is available, this season that is available. There's new challenges, new weapons, new maps. Everything's released in seasons these days, and they make you pretty much pay all the way around. So for Juneteenth, they fucking came up with the Pan-African flag joint. A couple of games have already done this, where for Black History Month, they released like a little emblem for your name. I'm over here pointing with my hands when my mouse is right here. So like right around here, like your name would go there. So like it would be like Mikey Famine, and then you would see like the motif of like the black, red, and green for the Pan-African flag. So last night, developer 343 Industries rolled out a Juneteenth-themed cosmetic option for Halo Infinite, its multiplayer shooter. For a moment, the affiliated Pan-African-themed color palette was titled Bonobo. Bonobo, for those who don't know, is an endangered species of great ape. I do not need to tell you how abhorrent this is. Halo Infinite, which is based on a free-to-play model, has its weekly reset, which is what I was talking about with the seasons and all that stuff, when a slew of new cosmetics and modes cycle into the game, meant to keep the grind feeling fresh, because it is a grind. I have around 80 hours played already. Every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. This week, 343 Industries added a free but time-limited nameplate in commemoration of Juneteenth, a federal holiday marking the end of slavery in the United States. It goes on to say that a YouTuber who was probably streaming the game was like, oh, look, the stuff just dropped. Let me check out what it's all about. And he just sees Bonobo down there. And he puts it on Twitter. And then within, I think they said 15 minutes, they had swapped it out. And now its new name is Freedom. Let me tell you something.
That shit is not accidental.
Let me tell you something. Black folks. White folks, y'all don't have to listen to this part. Black folks. Weirdo black folks like me. You nerds or guys who like metal music or the blurs, as you will. You like anime, stuff like that. Are you surprised? Racism.
After hearing some of the shit, listening to my son play, I am not surprised at all.
If you think for a second that, just like the fat kid in the basement or the skinny kid with pale skin or any of that stuff, all those like stereotypical tropes that you have for gamers, there's also so many fucking racist pieces of fucking trash. The most toxic shit. Like, you think Twitter is bad? Just go into like a Call of Duty lobby with your mic on.
Oh, just like that race car driver. Remember, what was his name?
Bubba Wallace.
No. The race car driver that was doing a sim and was calling people the N-word. What was his name? Fuck! He got suspended for like a season.
Larson.
Kyle Larson?
Carl Larson, yeah. Yeah.
You know,
I
didn't realize my mic was on. That's not a fucking excuse, dude.
And Kyle Larson had like participated in some program for minorities because he was Asian to help him get to become a race car driver.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Yeah. But we all, you know,
I've heard racist talk when my son plays I almost said Flow State. When my son plays Fortnite, which is a different game from Flow State. Flow State, far
nobody ever wins that game.
Yeah, that's
right. Even when you win, you lose on that.
Yeah. But
it's just a sinking ship.
You should see the skins in Flow State, right? But
Man.
I keep, I've heard a couple of I haven't heard the N word yet, but I've heard like some other pretty grotesque stuff on there. And
Bro,
I'm waiting for the day when I'm gonna hear my son, who's 7 years old, say like, "Move, N," because he hears it from someone else on there, and he's just gonna think it means like dork or something like that. And we're gonna have this fucking talk. You know what I mean? Like it's like, because he's already says a lot of stuff from that game that he did not learn from me. And none of it has been super bad yet, but it's like been borderline stuff. You know what I mean? So it's like,
I've already had to have that conversation with Camden and Rocco.
But
because
so
you
here's
sound like that's what they hear. You sound like a and Rocco to his, hey, you don't talk to me like that. Now Rocco's 8, but he'll whoop that ass. All right.
Yo, I wouldn't fuck with Rocco.
Rocco don't play.
Rocco got way too much energy for me to be trying to mess with him.
He's strong too. He's sneaky strong.
Right. I could tell. I pushed him that one time. I was like, "Oh, you didn't move very far, did you?" Okay. The last little piece off this article is 343's response. Studio leadership at 343 seems to acknowledge how ugly this looks. Halo Infinite head of creative. That doesn't make a sense. Joe Staten apologized on Twitter, writing, "Our mistake today was inexcusable, and I'm ashamed we allowed it to happen." And studio head Bonnie Ross wrote, "On behalf of 343, I apologize for making a celebrated moment a hurtful moment." There's only so many people that are in charge of changing that over. You know exactly what happened. It was. You know exactly what terminal it came from. You have his name, his social, all that shit. I don't even say you need to give all that shit up to the public. You need to fire him. You need to say that we fired him. If it's a group of them, then they're all fucking fired and you move on. Because at this point, this is lip service. Right. We're sorry you got caught. Sorry you caught our boys behaving badly in public. I don't know what the fuck y'all naming shit behind the scenes. That's none of my business. And quite frankly, I don't care. Because I can't live my life only taking products from people with good fucking morals, or else I'd be sitting here in a fucking pile of dirt with no computer. Everybody sucks. So who can I use to get the most good done with these bad motherfuckers that I have to deal with? If you are serious about what you're saying, 343, tell us that you fired him. He won't be working for any more projects. We've let other companies know he's out of here for that shit. Because it takes a certain kind of nasty motherfucker to slip that in on the Juneteenth one. You know what I'm saying? That's not an accident. That's deliberate. So,
boom.
So kick him out.
I have to say I would agree with that.
Or
I
leave
think
him.
people who pretend they don't know that one